Alright, hello Futuristic Lights, it's StunRunner back for week 2 of the FL sponsorships. We're doing a tutorial today. Our tutorial, what it's going to take place of, is one of my favorite moves of gloving, all of dials. We are going to learn dials for days. Duh. Okay, well, dialing is when I first got into gloving, I saw people were good at 3 things. Tuts, / finger tuts, whips, and rolls. Now, me personally, I'm a decent roller. I can throw, some decent whips. But I wanted a move that I could perfect and something that I was really good at. So I just decided to take up the dialing trade and got into what, all the imagining. I mean, there's 5 dial flips. I mean, the full triples that I've invented recently. Beginning of just backs to backs, outer angles, walks across. Just little miscellaneous stuff about dials. So I'm going to break this up into 2 segments. I'm going to show first stretches and things, how to get to the dial positions that maybe your fingers are just not wanting to adjust that way. I'm going to show you a few tricks how to get your fingers into those positions and kind of get them to stick. The second thing I'm going to show is a few moves, just some of the basics. I'm not going to do anything too advanced because in order to do the more advanced, you need to understand the basics first. So, beginning in segment 1, we'll start. When I first started dialing, most people's hands are different, but when I first started trying to do this, these fingers would never stay together, so it looked like just like this. It was like I got it. The real trick with the exaggeration is eventually your lights stack. When you're sitting, your lights stack on top of one another, so you'll have 4 on 4, or 2 on 2. It's most of the time it's a plus. Normally it's just from here. Practicing walks, individualizing helps a lot. So to show you that in slow motion, what you do is you interlock all your fingers, and you want them touching right about at in between the top knuckle and your bottom knuckles, where you want all your fingers to be interlocked at, right about that touching area. So it sits about there. And one thing that really helps you get in the motions, get your brain wrapped around a dialing, is to learn what I just call the ladder. So then it would come out like that. So interlock. You just start with 1 to the back, and the second one to the back. So those 2, your pointers are over your middles at this point. And then again, with a pinky over a ring, and pinky over a ring. And then you should just be able to split those apart to do whatever you want from there. All getting that flipping motion, practicing flips helps a lot too. You want to be able to dial flip both ways. You don't just want to look good on your out rotations. Unfortunately, my pinkies are at that level still, especially with my right hand. You can see my finger bends in every time it wants to go inward, but not outward, always inward. Slowly but surely anyway. So that's just the beginning. Just really practicing your walks, being able to put your fingers together, and once you're able to do this on a nice, really fast, even pace, and you have a lot of distance and exaggeration between your pinkies and your pointer fingers between the 2, because that's what makes it look. It's when you're able to throw all the way around with dials. And then that's, just practicing those. It seems really simplistic, but I can promise you, as long as you just practice those few things, you'll get it down pretty quick. The second segment, I'm going to make this quick, is just one advanced dialing move that I've learned, is going with, here, I'm going to just do this all in one go, so it'll look like this. So you can really flip your fingers almost every which way if you wanted to, and you can make, there's creatures that come out of it, anything, combinations. Really keep your mind open with dials. The approach on a 5-minute max, so I'm hitting the end of this video, but really just practice the flipping, just the flipping motion. I can't even tell you how much you have to use this in order to sustain just the rotation of your fingers to get them right, and then you guys can become dial champs. A lot of people will throw individuals and see where you guys go with it. Make something happen with the dials. Futuristic Lights, StunRunner here. Take it easy.